That shit sucks. I thought I was dying when I had it last.
Wait, when did you get strep?
Like a few months before I moved here. It was bad.
How long was it for?
For like a week.
Like a full week of like the swallowing pain?
That was like a week. It was like a few days, and I just kind of ignore it, and then it just keeps getting like incrementally worse. To the point where, like, I'm just like, I want to go to my mom's. I just, like, went to my mom's house. And then she was just like, let's go to the hospital.
Wow.
Because the like, Walgreens, like, clinic place, all they gave me was, like, lidocaine, which is just, like, the shit that I was supposed to gargle, and it would, like, numb it out, and it didn't do shit.
So it's just to, like, treat the surface wound.
Yeah, to just, like, help with the pain and not even, like... I thought they were going to give me antibiotics. Because, like... You didn't have to be a fucking doctor to, like, look at my throat and, like, see how fucked up it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you got strep?
Yeah. No. Are we talking right now? Are we, like, live? We're live now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting. We've started.
Yeah. No. But that's, like, the worst one I can remember. It's always pretty bad, but that time it was, like, really bad. My mom was like, go to the hospital.
Yeah. What would you do if you got strep today? You just go straight to the hospital and, like, break the bank?
No, I'd probably just, like, get drunk at Harmon's house like we were planning on doing and just try to ignore it. And then I'd call my mom and be like, sorry. I'd be like, hey, mama. Whoa, what was that? Was that you or me?
That was me. That's a Mexican thing. I just have these, like, weird sounds that just come out every now and then.
Like a grito?
Yeah, it's like a heritage thing that I got from my dad.
Oh.
Yeah. Like a grito.
Dude, I love that shit. I don't want to do it. I'm kind of shy.
Do
my
what?
Grito isn't, like, I haven't practiced it that much.
The mariachi thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it, though, because I don't want to freak my roommates out. I don't want to freak my dog out.
So wait, who's home right now?
I think my roommate Christina is.
I haven't met her, right?
I think you did.
I met Nicole. No, okay. I met Simone.
Oh, I thought you met her, or maybe you did. I thought you were just in the Tetris zone, I think, when she, like, came downstairs to get something.
Yeah, I probably, like, said hi or something,
And
waved at her.
Like,
yeah.
Tetris.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is a good way to start it. Welcome everybody to The Pupil's Life, episode fucking 12 or 13.
Nice.
I don't know at this point, but it's a very special episode because I've got a friend of mine, a coworker, and what I think is the next best comedian in Austin, Texas. William Ferguson, everybody.
Thank you.
Little round of applause from me. And yeah, I wanted to bring you on because I think you and I could start a podcast together. And I've told you fucking 100 times how funny you are. Everyone at work has told you how funny you are. Not to build it up too much. I'm not trying to set the bar up for you to be like the next fucking Bill Burr or anything like that, but
no, I've got my sights, like, way higher than that. I want to be the next, like, fucking Obama.
The next Obama. What, you want to be? You want to be political?
I just want to be famous like Obama.
You just want to be famous like
Obama?
Obama?
Just so, like,
go do, like, speeches.
They don't even, like, call me by my, like, they only use one of my names because I'm that famous. So, like, everybody knows who they're talking about.
Just call you William.
Yeah, they'll be like, William. And I'll be like, oh, that guy's funny.
It could be Ferguson. You could be like, you could set the ground or set what's the phrase? Set the
bar.
Set the precedent for Ferguson. So that anytime anyone says Ferguson, then you're the name they think of.
Yeah, that's not even, like, my dad was adopted, so my real last name's, like, Karcher.
Your dad was adopted?
Yeah.
What's that story?
I don't know. He, I think his mom got pregnant when she was, like, 15 or something, and his grandma was, like, she's, like, big time Catholic, so they, like, gave him up to the church, and then my real grandma, who I consider my grandma because she raised me, she's also really Catholic, so I think they just, like, adopted him from the church.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this was
pretty
all in
crazy.
Memphis?
No, this was all in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, in
Florida.
Orlando.
How long did you live there?
I never lived there. My dad, that's just where he's from.
Oh, that's
he
where
moved,
yeah.
When my grandpa and my grandma got a divorce, my dad went back to Memphis because that's like where my grandpa is from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then because my dad was an asshole and my grandma didn't want to deal with him, so she kept like my aunt, and then he went with my dad and my grandpa. He just kind of like went ham.
Yeah. Do you still talk to your dad? Is he still? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are your parents still married?
No.
No.
They got divorced when I don't even like remember it. It's just like always been like mom and dad divorce. I think it's better that way though. If you just like don't remember any of it and that's just like how things are.
Yeah.
It's probably not that bad. But
I mean, that was my experience too, but I feel like not knowing anything made me fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
As a fucking 5-year-old, so I'm like, oh, where's dad?
Yeah, I didn't even care really. That's weird. I didn't even really think about it that much. I just like lived with my mom and guessing my dad's on the weekends and shit.
Yeah. Did you ever see them like hold hands or like kissing or anything like that?
No. I can't even imagine them like together. Like it's one of those things where I'm just like, I'm kind of glad they got a divorce because it would have made my life a lot easier. Because if they tried to just like make it work for my sake, it would have just been awful probably.
So do they have like a much better relationship now?
No,
or
they
is
don't
it
talk.
just like, they don't talk? Oh, so it's kind of like the same shit as me.
Yeah, they don't have the best relationship. They're happy that I'm an adult now because they never have to like. They legally don't have to ever contact each other again.
But they both live in Memphis?
Yeah, they both live in Memphis.
Okay, so it's not like you fucking Christmas or anything.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. My mom just moved to Florida, too.
So your mom moved...
She just moved to Florida because she didn't want to live in Memphis anymore.
And your dad lives in Florida?
No, my dad lives in Memphis. So.
Memphis, okay.
Yeah.
So you do have like a split kind of parent situation.
Yeah, my dad... lives in Memphis. My grandma lives in Memphis. Like, my mom's mom lives in Memphis. And my mom and my sister all live in Florida. I haven't seen them since I, like, moved here.
Yeah.
I've seen my dad because he's always in Memphis, but... excuse me, dang. I haven't seen my mom because it's, like, she's a nurse, too, so it's, like, really hard for her to, like, get time off and that kind of junk.
Yeah. Try and get a little closer to the mic if you can.
I'm gonna see her this when we go back in December. It's gonna be pretty cool.
So how do you decide who to go visit when you have time off? Just Memphis because all your friends are there and your family?
Well, yeah, I just go to Memphis, because it's like closer. But I probably am gonna go to Florida soon to see my granddad because he's like
on his way out.
He's not on his way. I don't know if he's on his way. And my dad...
My grandpa is too, so...
Yeah, every time I talk to my dad on the phone, he, like, acts like it's really bad, but it's like... I talked to my grandpa on the phone the other week, and he seemed kind of normal. He's got Parkinson's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a memory thing, it's just like...
No, it's not a memory thing, but he can't, like... He told his hand, like, shakes, like, really bad.
It's got that Michael J. Fox thing going on.
Yeah, it's literally the Michael J. Fox thing. Yeah, and he's pretty good guy though.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad says he's gotten a lot worse, and I talked to him on the phone, and he says he can't take pictures very well anymore because like he used to be a photographer, and
wow.
He says he can use the computer. He can use his phone. He knows how to like text and do the voice stuff on his phone.
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, my dad barely even knows how to do that shit.
Dude, my mom's mom hates her fucking phone. Like, hates it. And my uncle is the one that like pays her cell phone bill and like all this stuff and keeps trying to get her to like become like technologically literate. And she's just like, she's literally told me, she's like, I don't care about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
She was like, I lived my entire life like without any of this. Like, there's no reason to like use it now.
Well, who's she gonna try and reach? Fucking her.
Me?
Yeah, you, and then all her friends are just as antiquated as she is, right?
Yeah.
It's like Bob from church.
She had a flip phone and she could barely use it. And then my uncle bought her like a Galaxy like S7. So like when he bought it, it was like the new one. And I was like, Granny, why did he give you? She's like, I don't know. And she like holds it like this, like really far away, and like squints at it.
Yeah.
Like, does stuff like that on it. It's so silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, she would like. I always wondered if she was really that technologically illiterate, or if she was just like finding reasons to like call me, because she would call me and be like, I can't get my phone's volume on, and like shit like that. And then we'd end up talking for like 2 hours. I love my grandma though. It's like, seems like every time we talk on the phone, we like don't like we don't stop.
Yeah. Oh,
we'll be talking, and then I look at my phone, and I was like, damn, it's already been like an hour.
With your grandma?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nice.
Well, she raised me, because when I was with my mom, she was like working and trying to go to nursing school.
Okay.
So she kind of like, she lived with me and my mom, and she was like my, I don't want to say babysitter, but like, she like helped my mom a lot.
Caretaker.
Yeah, well, I mean, she helped my mom raise me while she was like working like 2 jobs and like going to nursing school and all that shit.
Yeah. What was your dad doing? Just living
hanging
it up?
out with my stepmom. I don't know.
So you didn't see your dad very much?
I didn't see my dad a lot. Well, I mean, I saw my dad every weekend and stuff, and that was cool, but...
What would you guys do when you saw him?
I don't even remember, man. I feel like all that part of my life was like...
Just trauma or something?
Yeah, it just sucked. So, like, everything's really, like, foggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. That's, like, I don't know. That was really rough, because my, like... fucking stepmom and my dad both got custody like out of nowhere, so it literally went from like
of you.
Yeah.
Whoa. So
it went from like me living at my mom's, and then one day my stepmom and my dad just picked me up from school, and then I didn't see my mom for like 3 years.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Jesus. So you've got like a
probably got some problems.
Like a story, right?
Yeah.
You don't just have a life. You have a fucking like a backstory, like an origin story.
Yeah, like the Joker. Yeah, man. I don't know. I sometimes wish that it was just like normal and I could just like...
Yeah.
I didn't have the story.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, my dad, like, I didn't see him for a year when I moved to the Bay Area for 6th grade. And then I moved back and I didn't see my mom. Like, I saw her once a year for fucking 6 years. So it's pretty much like who is this woman, you know? Like, yeah. She used to be your mom, and now she's this lady that lives 1,500 miles away from you.
Yeah.
And more than that, a lot more than that. And yeah, it's like with your dad, was it like, what's your relationship with him now? What's that like? It's just
I love my dad, and we're cool. Like, I mean, when we go in December, because my girlfriend's stepdad's a fucking douche, we're not gonna stay at their house. We're gonna stay at my dad's house. I got a stepmom now too. She's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, because your girlfriend's from Memphis too, right? Oh, dude, that's...
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I feel like a lot of people would probably resent him for like a lot of stuff that like went on during that, but it's like, it's not really even worth it, because I mean, he's a lot different now, and I think, and he's sober now too. So like, I mean, a lot of that stuff could have just been, you know. I think me and my dad are both really resentful kind of people, and I think I get a lot of my like anger and like resentment and like my passive aggressiveness
from
him. But then like I get all my just like my mom is the one that's just like doesn't care and just doesn't have a filter and just will like. So she's the funny one. She's the one that. Well, my dad's really funny too. Don't get me wrong. My dad's not like a hard ass or like an asshole or anything. Both of my parents are like really funny. I think that's why I'm funny, because I grew up with them and they were just like, they're both pretty funny. That's like the only reason only way I could see them together is just because they were just funny and like, I don't know, I guess they were horny. Why does anybody get together, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, because you want to fucking start a family and like build a good future for your child and give him a life full of opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, we did that.
But that's if you have a kid at like 35 or 40.
When they were born, they were like 21.
That's what I mean. Yeah, my parents weren't 21, but it was like 23 or 25.
Like my age having
same
kids.
Shit. Yeah, exactly. If you had a kid right now, he'd be fucking.
Dude, when I turned 21, I was like, it like hit me. I was like, fuck, my parents were like raising me like right now. I was like, I could not do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot of respect for that, for them, that, you know. Well, my mom, thanks for not like flushing me down the toilet, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
She makes that joke a lot. Like, she's like, you seen the Family Guy, the prom night dumpster baby or whatever? Yeah, as soon as she saw that, she was like, aren't you glad I didn't make you a prom night dumpster baby? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, thanks.
Oh. Are
Yeah,
you an
she's
only
funny.
child?
Yeah, I was an only child up until like, I want to say like middle school.
Okay.
So my dad got remarried like...
To his current
No.
wife? No.
No, so my dad got remarried after my mom to Ashley, who then had my little brother with my dad, and then they divorced when my brother was like 3. Maybe.
So you've got a younger brother.
Yeah, he's like old now. He's like 14 or 15 or something.
I thought you were gonna say like 4, like he
No.
outgrew you.
Yeah, he was growing up like 3 years at a time. So like every 3 years, it was really like 9 years. But no, he's cool.
Does he live in Memphis?
Yeah, he lives in Memphis. He still lives with his mom.
Okay.
So he sees my dad like on the weekends and like holidays and like alternating Christmases and stuff. But and his mom's cool. I mean, like if I came into town, you know, like when I come into town, if it's not my dad's weekend, she'll probably still let me see him. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's Christmas, so I don't know. It's every year, so I don't know if he's gonna be with them this Christmas. But I'm sure all I have to do is ask her, and she'll like let me come and get him and like go out to eat and go see a movie with him or something.
How old is he now? You said 14.
14 or 15. He's taller than me and my dad.
Wow.
He's a big motherfucker.
Wow.
He's getting into boxing and shit, so like he can like kick people's ass for me when like I grow up and stuff. I'm old.
Kick that guy that sold you the fake vape pen.
Yeah, he probably could.
Yeah.
I could kick that guy's ass though. I saw it was funny. He was talking about. Dude, I was so ready to. I was gonna say some mean shit to him. He's lucky that it was just like the moped.
So let's give the listeners context. So what happened? You went out with me and, a couple of my friends to a trivia night.
Yeah.
And then after trivia, we went back to one of my friends' places, and there was another guy there. We'll call him fucking Schmidt. So and then you kind of kicked it off with my buddies.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you.
Well, I mean, I actually thought Schmidt seemed kind of like, you know, he was kind of, there's something a little off about him, but
yeah,
I figured he was just like really baked.
Yeah.
And Schmidt seemed nice, and he probably was nice. I just fucking overreacted because like that's just not how you do business with somebody.
But so what happened? So you?
Yeah, I've messaged him.
You got his number, and then you messaged him a couple days later.
Yeah, and he didn't have any like stuff. Yeah,
you're trying to buy weed.
Dude, don't say that. Don't incriminate me right now. This isn't admissible. Yeah, but
I wish I knew big words like that.
I don't even know if I used it right. I just like I heard it on Law and Order one time.
You heard it from fucking Winston?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't even remember, honestly. I just remember messaging him, and it was this whole thing, and then he finally pulled up.
But what did you message him? People don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
I was buying marijuana from him.
Yeah, you're messaging him to buy some product.
Yeah, and then the cartridge wasn't even for me. It was for my buddy. So I was trying to, because he lives so close. I was trying to hook my buddy up. And he comes and gives us the cart and the weed was good. The weed was on point. And then the fucking cartridge had like fucking oil in it, and not the kind of oil you want.
Yeah.
It was literally like you would turn it upside down and then it would all float like instantly. Like I could just like sit there and do this and it would like bloop, bloop,
yeah.
Bloop. Like it was fucking nasty, and it had been leaking. Like when I pulled it out of the thing, there was like a big stain where it had leaked and shit.
Your fingers were all like sticky and shit.
And on top of that, it was the same brand that my roommate usually gets from his dude.
Okay.
So it's like we knew what we were supposed to be getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, it was Boo Boo. And I got really pissed off because that's like one of my things is like I go the anger just like marinates, and and I was just like fucking it's getting on my nerves, and I text him at like in the middle of the night, and I'm like, hey, this isn't I don't even remember when I texted him. I don't know, but all I know is that he replied or I texted him or something. But the interaction we had was like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Okay.
And he was like,
were you high when you texted him?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm
he
high.
was probably high too. So you're
yeah.
both
Well, he was doing favors.
You're both baked out of your fucking minds, and you get a text from you don't know each other really. You don't know each other at all. And he knows that he screwed you over, and you know that he screwed you over. So you're both kind of like playing this fucking game of like trying to get to that point of like, hey, you screwed me over.
Well, I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, just because like.
So there was a part of you that thought like, oh, maybe it was a mistake.
I mean, I thought it was a mistake, but I was fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Because it kind of hurt my pride, because I was trying to help my friend out, and it was his money that he gave me, so I had to pay him back for the shit. But then it just like, I don't know. He was like, he told me he was doing favor. And and then when I texted him, I was like, hey, this cartridge is like gross. And all he said was, really? And I was like, yeah, like I'm not just making this up. Like, why would I just like text you if, like, what do you mean really? Like, what kind of response is that? Like anything else but that, just like, what's wrong with it? Or like, what do you mean? But really? Like, really? I'm not like I'm not trying to prank you. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
But that's what I mean. He's playing the long game of like, really? Like buying himself time. Yeah.
And then I was like, I expected him to like text me back. And I expected something. Like me and my friends were, like my roommate said, like, well, how hard is it to, like, finish your favor order and then fucking stop what you're doing and try to fucking fix your other, like, business. But, yeah. So he didn't text me, like, the whole night, and then that's when I dropped the busted moped on him.
Yeah.
And then he texted back. He got right back to me.
What did you say? Do you still have the text?
No, I still remember exactly what I said.
What did you text?
Dude, he's gonna come whip my ass. He's gonna come key my car. But yeah, I said, I hope you make enough money ripping people off so you can get off that busted ass moped. He got really mad. He started calling me fat. He told me he would come over here and drop me. And it's like, I really wanted him to come because it would be funny for him to come up thinking he's gonna fight me, and then like me and my roommate both come out and we're like pissed off.
You and Christina?
No, me and my fucking friend Eli from Memphis. You don't know
you have 2 roommates?
Yeah, I have Christina, and then I have my friend from Memphis.
Why are you pointing at the shed?
That's where he lives. No, it's like a back
Is
studio.
he like an inbred from Texas or something?
No, he's from Tennessee.
I'm fucking with you.
And there's a lot of rednecks in Texas, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, and I'm from Tennessee. Tennessee's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I don't think there's rednecks in Tennessee, but there's just a lot of, like, simple country folk there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, Tennessee's, like, the least racist state in the South, because historically, when the fucking Civil War happened, Tennessee was the last state to leave the Union, and it was the first state to, like, go back after, like, the shit was, like, going on.
What shit? I don't know.
The Civil War?
The Civil War?
Yeah. Okay. So it was, like, the very last state to finally, like, secede from the North to be in the South, and then it was the very first state to go back to being, like, the United States of America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Tennessee's a really nice place.
Yeah.
It is a really nice place.
Are you big into, like, history?
Yeah. I like history. I mean, I'm not, like, a nerd. But, like, in high school, when I would, like, all history is just, like, paying attention. Like,
what do you mean history is just paying attention?
Well, I'm saying, like, when I was in high school, I never, like, studied or did anything like that.
Uh-huh.
and history was always like my highest grade, just because I would actually like listen to what they were teaching us, and then I was able to somehow like keep it all there, and then I'd take the test, and it was like I just like knew everything.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at taking tests because I know how to tell. I can kind of weed out if it's multiple choice. I know how to like. I don't know. It's just like a hunch.
Yeah.
I can tell like what's except for like math, because math is fucking scary.
Math, you got to prove it.
Dude, yeah, math is tough, man. Math, you have to prove it. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think it was about history? Because it's not like it was just some random, like, oh, with history, this is easier. It's like, clearly you had more of an interest in the subject.
I think it's cool because, like, all that stuff already happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you heard about how, like the history you're taught
is different?
Is like, not, like, you learn about Thanksgiving, and it's like, oh, fucking James Pilgrim came to the fucking Native Americans town and was like giving out turkeys and shit, and like,
yeah, or like Christopher Columbus was the first person to discover. Yeah, I mean,
and really it's like he showed up with a fucking bow and arrow and started murdering babies.
Well, really, this guy named Leif Erikson was like this Viking guy, and he fucking came to like Canada in like 10 something. You can look him up.
What do you mean 10 something?
Like the year was like 10 and then some numbers. Like his life, when you look at him on Wikipedia, his like life, he was born in like 950 something and then like died in like 10 something.
Oh wow.
They like had like Viking like camps.
So he was the original
Canada,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, like in Canada, he was one of the first people to actually like to get to North America. It's pretty neat.
So were there?
Apparently, I saw something on Facebook said they found in Memphis on the Mississippi River. They found like this Viking like ship that had been like washed up and was like hella old. That proves that maybe they like actually got a lot further down to the Mississippi River and like a lot further into America than like they thought.
Who did, the Vikings
or
the Canadians?
Leif Erikson guy.
Leif Erikson. Yeah. Isn't Leif Erikson the name of like a rock star too?
Oh, dude, what's that guy's name?
Leif
something.
You know who I'm
talking
about.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. There's that SpongeBob episode where he's like, it's Leif Erikson Day, and he's got the like Viking shit on.
I don't remember that.
Damn.
SpongeBob's like the one weird cartoon where I remember.
You didn't watch?
No, I watched it more than any other one, but I don't remember like individual episodes. You know what I mean? I remember like when he's taking his driver's test.
That's a good one.
And he's driving with that whale.
Yeah,
but I don't know the rest of the episode.
Yeah,
like,
are you talking about the one where like Patrick put the walkie-talkie in his hat?
See, I don't remember like the full episode. I remember bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Whereas with like something like Hey Arnold, I remember like full episodes.
See,
like,
I don't remember Hey Arnold.
When they renovate the baseball field, you don't remember that? Like then there's the episode where it's like.
See, I think I was like right out of like the Hey Arnold like.
Wait, because you're a year older than I am, or 2?
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Yeah, I'm like a year. Wait.
You don't remember how old you are?
I don't remember how old I am, and I think that happened, like, once I started taking acid, I just, like, stopped caring.
About your age, or about everything?
I don't know. I think it's, like, I kind of forgot, like, how old I am.
You don't know?
I'm like 30. I know I'm 24. I can't be 25. I think I'm 24.
When's your birthday?
September 27th.
And you were born what year?
1995.
1995. Oh yeah, you're 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so
don't do drugs, kids.
We're not that different. So you missed the Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I think I just didn't watch a lot. I was like, I like the Rugrats and like Fairly Odd Parents and what's the other one?
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of Nickelodeon shows. It's like now that we start talking about them, like you got Teenage Robot.
Invader Zim.
See, I wasn't that much into Invader Zim either.
Did you ever go out and stare at the sun?
I have before.
Yeah.
It hurts. It's like really bright.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's cool though, because then you go indoors somewhere where there's not a lot of light, and it's like, oh, I'm fucking.
Then every time you blink, there's
like
that little like ball that's like right in your vision. Every time
if you look at it, it disappears, but if you don't, it's like crystal clear. Yeah.
Dude, we should go stare at the sun.
We should go stare at the sun right after this podcast, yeah.
I think it might be down by the time we finish.
You think so? It's only 5 right now.
Oh.
It'll probably be down, unless we're going to do 2
I'm
hours
having
of this.
fun riffing, bro.
Yeah.
You say we had like 3 hours of battery life left. I thought you were saying that because we were about to like suck it dry.
We'll go as long as we need.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
But no, yeah, I think I probably watched Hey Arnold and a couple other things like Taxi Driver at a younger age because of my brother. Because he's 4 years older than I am, and I got along with like him and his group of friends. You know, when they let me, when they were like, when they wanted the younger kid around.
Yeah.
And we would watch fucking pornos and shit. And we would fucking throw on Terminator when the woman is the robot and she's like half naked. Damn. I remember one time I was out playing soccer by myself and I saw through the living room window, my brother and a friend of his were watching something on TV. Yeah. And there's a naked woman and I was like, dude, they're watching porn. Like they're fucking watching porno right now and I'm not invited. And then I asked my brother's friend about it, who was sitting there, and he's like, no, it was Terminator. It wasn't porn, I swear. And like, still don't know what they were watching, but I feel like I got a grown-up's education when it comes to like film and TV.
Did it make you horny?
Oh yeah, I mean, the first time I jerked off was like when I was 9.
See,
nothing came out, but yeah. It was
did you even get a boner? Because when I first started jerking off, I couldn't even get a boner, so I was like rubbing on my little wiener like it was like a clit. I'm serious. I'm serious, man. I would just sit there and be like, I mean, they can't see it. They can like hear it. That's what it sounded like. And I had to do it through my boxers because like it would hurt. You know, you can't just like
just get like
slap your little wiener around, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I had gotten a boner, what it would be like a fucking the size of my pinky or something.
Yeah, for real,
like,
little kid wieners.
Yeah, I was self-conscious of my penis.
Yeah, I didn't think my penis was very big until I like had sex, and the girl was like, "Hey, your penis was nice." And I was like, "Cool."
Yeah. For me, it wasn't even that they said it was nice. It was just like, your penis is fine, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, fine." Like she's cool.
Well, it's not about the size of the boat; it's about the motion in the ocean.
Yes.
So you just really have to know how to like work your hips.
How to use the oars too.
Yeah, the oars. No, the first time I ever got horny, I was at this girl next door's house who was like way older than me.
Why am I rubbing my balls now?
I don't know, man. You're fucking getting riled up over there.
But you're at your friend's house or your girl's house?
Yeah, no, I was at our neighbor's house who was like, they were like friends with my dad, and their daughter was in like high school when I was in like 3rd grade. And so I guess, yeah, she was like the first girl. I guess that was when I started getting horny because I would look at her and be like, "That's pretty good looking." But anyways, yeah, we were at her house and we were watching Britney Spears videos, and the Toxic video came on for Britney Spears.
Ooh, with the leather.
Yeah, and the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was watching it, and like I just kept getting this weird feeling, and I was like, what is this? I was like, I don't get it. Like I don't understand it. I felt like weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait.
Do you remember what you did right after?
I didn't go beat my meat or anything. I was just like confused.
And how old were you?
I want to say we were living in. It's weird how you like when you think your age, you like associate it with like whatever house you were living in at the time. So I'd say it had to be like 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh wow! So you were like even earlier than I was.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, I had a what do they call it when you have wet dreams?
I fuck. Wet dreams.
But there's another name, right?
Nocturnal emission.
Nocturnal emission. I had my first one of those.
I've never done that.
2nd grade.
Like waking up with like jizz in your pants. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
I don't think it's your choice.
Every time I have a sex dream, I never get to like actually insert in anything. Feels like every time I have a sex dream with like a girl, I never actually get to do anything. And then every time I have like a dude sex dream, we're just like sucking each other's dicks and shit.
And you do remember that.
Well, I mean, I remember it all. I remember my sex dreams.
But you do get to that point when it's a dude in the dream?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Gay? I mean, I know I'm only a little gay. I'm not like full on.
Yeah.
I think it's
we're
funny
all a
to like.
Bit gay.
I think it's funny to like be gay but not look gay, because then everybody gets like confused and like they don't know what to do.
Yeah. For me it was weird because like the stuff that I wrote about in the book, like my experiences with men started when I was 17. But I remember I've had like 3 girlfriends, and I've seen a couple other women in that time period.
Yeah. And
girls would always tell me like, "Oh yeah, you look like the complete opposite of gay. Like you look like somebody that wouldn't ever even be with a guy."
Really?
And like it's weird.
I'm the one that looks like I'd never be with a dude.
I guess nowadays I look more like it because I'm fucking wearing like Hawaiian shirts and shit. Like I don't know. I feel like nah, never mind. That's gonna offend people. But
hey, you said
I just feel like gay people used to dress like more a specific kind of way. And there's still gay people that dress that way, you know, like very flamboyant, very like I want people to know that I'm out there. But then you got people that dress fucking like you and I do, and then they're making people see us as gay now because gay people are dressing like we do.
Yeah,
you know? It's like they're appropriating our heterosexual culture.
Damn.
Right?
Cancel the gays. I'm just kidding.
Cancel the gays.
Yeah.
That's going to be the name of the episode. Cancel the gays.
Yeah.
That could be the name of our podcast. No, cancel the gays.
People wouldn't listen to us, man.
We'd hit the Memphis crowds, right? And the fucking the red states.
No, Memphis is really gay, man. It's probably the gayest city in the South besides like Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, really, when I think about when I think about like, oh, she's gonna start doing this. I gotta give her attention. Yeah, I mean, when I think about like the South, the only 2 like cities that come to mind that I can say are actually progressive are Memphis and like Atlanta. Okay. Everything else is just like fucked.
Texas is the South, right?
Kinda. Southwest. Yeah, I mean, y'all were in the fucking Confederacy too.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln had to
y'all. I like how you're saying y'all like I'm from here.
Yeah, I forget you're not from here. But apparently Abraham Lincoln had to send the army to Texas to like enforce the like no more slavery law because Texas was just like fuck it.
They didn't care.
Yeah, they didn't like listen, and then Abraham Lincoln had to like send the military to like enforce it because that's all they had listened to.
Whoa.
Yeah, Texas is weird, man. I mean, Memphis is weird. You need to come to Memphis, dude. We would have fun.
Yeah,
you can probably get some ladies.
I haven't been to. There's so many places in the U.S. that I still want to go to. Like I feel like I've hit all the mainstream ones, like California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. You know, like that. See,
I've never been. Texas is the furthest out west I've ever been.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't Texas at the bottom though?
Yeah.
Like if you keep going east, doesn't it go up from Texas?
Well, if you keep going east, you hit like Mississippi and.
Where's Memphis then? It's left? Is west?
So yeah, Memphis.
I gotta look up a fucking map.
Yeah, get Jamie to pull up this. Oh, I'm gonna get it.
I gotta pull up. Oh wait, I don't have internet. What's your? Wait, don't. I guess you don't want to call it out loud, but
No, you can do it.
Is Isabel the dog?
No, it's Wi-Fi router.
Wi-Fi router. And what's the thing?
Jim Pubis.
What is Jim Pubis anyway?
I don't know. That was really hot, and I just like
made up a name.
What's the dumbest name I can think of like right now? And then Jim Pubis.
Jim Pubis. Oh. All right. You gotta get on your mic, otherwise people won't hear your stuff. Yeah. So. Geology.com.
Yeah. See. No. Never mind.
Of course,
you only get half of this.
The half we don't need.
Jeez.
Come on. I'll just fucking do it right there. So we got Texas.
Yeah, dude. Memphis is literally the bottom left corner of Tennessee.
So Texas is further south then.
Yeah.
But this is just more considered the South?
Well, I mean, yeah. Because, I mean, when the South is like, I would even consider Missouri the South because it's super fundamental.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think the line was like this over there. But yeah, wow. I consider everything like
below Kentucky.
Everything below like Illinois and Ohio. I consider West Virginia and Virginia all of this.
Interesting.
That's more Missouri's more of the Midwest, like Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, all that shit.
Yeah.
Florida's Florida.
I feel like then it's less about the geography and it's more about like your fucking involvement with slavery and all these Confederate things.
Yeah.
Because like if I was just looking at a map, I'm like, well, Arizona, California, and Texas are the only ones touching the border, so we're the furthest south there is.
Y'all are west though. Y'all are like,
yeah.
We consider that like out west.
Yeah.
When I think of the West, I think of like cactuses and desert and
cactuses,
shit like that.
There's no
cacti.
Cacti in Memphis.
Fuck no.
No,
Memphis
there's no desert
flat.
in Memphis.
No.
What is there? Mountains and
no,
you said it's flat.
Well, there's Mississippi River.
Okay.
And then so like
it's just like plains.
Yeah, it's really flat there. But then like once you like, because I think it's because of the river, everything like starts to kind of like go down, you know. Because like once you go east towards Tennessee and you hit Nashville, then that's like where it gets hilly, and then once you go from Nashville to like Knoxville, that's when you're in like the Smoky Mountains, and it's like straight up like mountains and shit like that. But Memphis is just like flat, you know, farms. Yeah. Well, not Memphis, but everything surrounding Memphis is just like farms.
So you can just like see everyone from wherever you are.
I guess, yeah, you could say that. I mean, there's fucking buildings and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what do you do? Like, you can't go on a hike then, or is it like when you say flat? Do you mean like the way people are like, oh, Austin's flat?
Like places like North Dakota and like shit like that.
I don't even have context. When you say North Dakota, my mind is like Cold Mountain with fucking Charlize Theron, or
no.
I don't even know if it's her.
I don't even remember North Dakota. That's how fucking lame it was.
Yeah. Is that where Nebraska is? Or is Nebraska its own state?
Nebraska's its own state.
Yeah. It's so confusing. There's like...
See, that's another thing, though. Like, geography, too. When I was a kid, that was just one of those things where it's like... I feel like I have a really...
Easy for you.
Photographic memory.
Yeah.
Of, like, shit that doesn't matter. But then when it comes to, like, taking out the trash and, like... You know, cleaning my Subway wrappers, shit like that. It's like,
yeah.
But I feel like that's how a lot of smart people are.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Albert Einstein, he wasn't the same way. Not being Da Vinci, his fucking house was probably like a fucking wreck. Yeah. Just like shit everywhere.
I think everyone has a different way of operating. Like my fucking brother, he thinks that the sink is meant to just always have dishes in it, like dirty dishes.
Me.
Yeah, and for me, it's like if you work at a restaurant, like your sink, you're not done until your sink is cleared, right? Yeah. But like when it's at your place, I don't know. That's the weird disconnect. It's easy
to get distracted when you're like at your house,
and you got fucking Tetris over there, and you got a bowl packed with weed, and a dog, and a bunch of other shit. Your girlfriend, like
yeah, it's like
dog,
my girlfriend's. She's not that clean. I feel like I'm cleaner. I'm the one that like keeps shit like clean, even though I'm really not.
Really?
I have to like she cleans, but like I have to start bitching like before she like does a lot of stuff. I love you. But, yeah, she told me her mom used to tell her that like she would never get a boyfriend because of how like filthy she is, and she's not even that filthy. Her mom's just kind of rude.
So her mom was like her own like my sister's fucking boyfriend.
Yeah,
like, some,
but
like,
then I got when we got
no one's gonna love you after me, like kind of shit.
Yeah, she's very
they're
very attached.
That sucks. I mean, not that they're attached, but like the hearing shit like that, I feel like doesn't matter what your relationship. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would never say that to my kid.
Yeah, it's like emotionally abusive too.
Whose parents haven't emotionally abused their kids?
Yeah.
I feel like our generation, we're gonna be the ones that actually try. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like our parents really didn't like know what the hell they were doing because their parents definitely didn't give a shit about abuse or anything.
Did you ever meet your fucking like grandparents before they were old people?
No.
They're like my grandpa, dude. I remember when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and granted, I was a fucking little fucker, right?
Right.
Like, me and my brother would stay in my uncle's bedroom when we would go visit them, like their old bedroom from when they were our age. and we locked ourselves in there one day, and my grandpa like comes up to the door. He's like knocking on the door. He doesn't like lock doors. He's like, "Who locked this door?" And I'm like, neither one of us is speaking. It's me and my brother in there.
Y'all are just like,
we're like freaking out, but I'm like guarding the door, and he starts fucking ramming his shoulder into it until he bumps it open, and fucking I fall back and hit my head against like a drawer, start crying. He's like, "You don't lock the door, god damn it!" Like that's the kind of shit my mom had to deal with, and my dad. Like, no wonder I'm fucking
I mean, I don't know.
Sad and anxious all the time.
Yeah, I feel like my mom kind of had a good childhood because they kind of kept what was like going on between. Because my grandma and my grandpa was like really abusive towards my grandma. And,
Okay.
like, cheated on her and shit.
Like physically or everything.
I'm not sure. I want to say like everything, but I don't know enough. I just know like what my grandma said, and I know my grandma hates him. Like she doesn't even like looking at him.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. But yeah, she's not a big fan of him. And he was kind of an asshole. He was like, well, he's cool. I don't have a really good relationship with him though, because when I was a kid, he didn't live in Memphis or even in the Memphis area. Like now he lives in Hernando, which is in Mississippi.
That sounds like my Hispanic cousin.
Yeah, it's a place in Mississippi. Because in
Hernando, Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking place I would want to live in.
It's because Hernando de Soto or whatever.
Like the baseball player?
No, he was like an explorer.
Oh, okay.
He was like, he went up and down the river and shit.
Okay,
That's
looking
why,
for mushrooms
or
something.
The fucking, like, you have Shelby County, which is like where Tennessee is, or Memphis is, and then like 15 minutes. We're so close to Mississippi. So like you just drive like 20 minutes and you're in Mississippi, and that's DeSoto County.
Okay.
Which is literally like, the guy's name was Hernando de Soto. They love him. I think the bridge and the huge bridge that goes across the river in Memphis is like named after him too. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is literally off topic.
You were telling me about your grandpa.
Yeah,
he was from Hernando.
I don't even.
Or he lived in Hernando.
Oh no, he's from Memphis.
But Hernando is in Memphis.
Hernando's in Mississippi.
Mississippi. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Hernando's like a good 30 minute drive, but it's like, you know, unlike here where it's like you want to get to Round Rock, it's a fucking like 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's like Hernando is like twice the distance from Round Rock, and you can still get there in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just so silly to me. That's another thing. But yeah, he's great. He's cool though. I feel like I kind of regret not like meeting him because he was, you know, like when he was young and shit, he was like, he's got like a really big record collection that I don't know, I've never heard anything about. He's really into guns though. He got me into guns and shit. He took me to like a gun class and all that stuff. And that's like one of the only times we really bonded too, is when we went and like shot guns. That was a lot of fun.
Do you feel like men these days are lacking those kinds of experiences? Because like, I don't have any American friends whose dad like takes them hunting or like fucking.
That's because you live in Texas.
Fishing and shit. Like.
That's because you live in Texas.
But doesn't that mean that like don't people in Texas go hunting and do this kind of stuff a lot? Like
I
guns.
Would think so.
Yeah, but I'm saying I haven't met people.
Well, you don't have. You live in Austin, man.
That's like, true. But even my friends
so
in Mexico. Well, no, I feel like in Mexico it was different. You know, they were like.
I thought in Mexico you can just shoot a gun wherever you want. Like,
I mean,
really
you could
cares.
probably shoot a gun and fucking pay the cop 100 pesos and like get away with it. Like, but
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I'm not saying it's like a good thing, like the macho culture that exists there, but I feel like it's slowly like fading in a way. Like you're saying, like I wish that I had spent more time with my grandpa in that sense of like getting those experiences that are traditionally like male kind of like fucking warrior kind of shit that you don't get anymore. It's like, oh, you want to go play trivia and fucking guess what the latest music festival headliners were? It's like that's what we're doing these days as men.
Some people are afraid of guns.
Yeah. Have you ever shot? You said you did. Yeah.
I shot a ton of. I love.
Are you like
guns.
proficient with them?
I think I was, but like when I went back to Memphis last, me and my buddy went and to the range and like we rented a gun and shit, and I was kind of like,
You were kind of like,
I was rusty, yeah.
oh, okay, but you weren't
No.
like scared or anything.
Oh no, I wasn't. I don't know. I feel like it was a lot different because I was thinking, I don't know, because I was a little kid. I wasn't a little kid, but I was like a teenager, so I didn't really like. I don't know. It was weird because it was like right after like that shit in El Paso and everything, and I was just like shooting it, and I was just like kind of imagining that,
What do you mean? What happened
like
in El
all
Paso?
the like mass shootings and shit like that.
A long time ago?
No, just like you don't remember what happened in El Paso?
I don't keep up
some
with the
guy
news.
drove all the way from like some other state just to come to El Paso to go to that Walmart and shoot up people because he knew he wanted to kill like Hispanic people.
Okay, when did this happen?
Like a few months ago.
But you said you were a teenager. And
No, I'm saying when I was with my buddy,
Just
the last
recently.
time I shot the gun, it felt weird because it was like kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's not scary. Like I'm not afraid to shoot a gun, but it's like, it just feels kind of weird because it's like people just like fucking kill motherfuckers.
Yeah, there's this weird association because
Like,
you
just,
hear
like,
so
when
much
you're
about
shooting
it.
and like you can just smell like the gunpowder like in the air and like all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and it's just like really just like freaky and surreal
Yeah.
when I think about it, and it's hurt a lot more than like I remembered it.
It hurt?
Yeah, because we were shooting like an
yeah.
AR,
Okay.
so like when it was like hitting into you,
Okay.
that hurt a lot more. But yeah, it just I don't know.
I've only shot like the
Pistols.
handguns, the police guns
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the basic one they give you at the shooting range
Yeah,
to start out with.
yeah, we were
and-
shooting a rifle and shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun though. I think everybody should know how to use a gun because like
I agree.
even if you don't own one, like you never know when you like need to like pick one up or if there's one there. Because I mean, I bet a lot of people don't even know how to like turn the safety off of a fucking gun.
Or fucking load it.
Or
like,
fucking load
loading
it.
a weapon is so much harder than I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
they make it look really easy in video games.
Yeah, they're just like getting fucking gunned down in a broken barracks, and
Yeah,
you
they're
just
just
pull
like-
out a clip and like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, guns though, they're all right.
yeah.
I don't think you should take them away from all the people because then they don't have anything to like defend themselves with, and I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think it's gonna stop any like violence because you can still buy guns.
Yeah.
There's
What do
like-
you think about this? I've asked this to a lot of different people, and I feel like most of the time I get the same response. Would you ever? So it's a multifaceted question. Would you ever own a gun? Just under any conditions, or would it have to be special, like a reason for you to buy it, or would you get one right now, like just for emergency?
I mean, I have a lot of anger issues, and I know I have depression issues, and there's a lot of times. Well, I've definitely got a lot better about like my rage and stuff, but I mean, there's been a few times where like I've literally thought to myself, like if there was a gun in my house, I would have like picked it up and just like blown myself away. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah.
And that thought really scares me because it's like I want to have a gun because it's cool and guns are cool and like it's your right, but it's like I don't really need one,
Right.
and like I'm not like one of those people that want to get a gun just so like they can be a hero or like
Yeah.
defend themselves if somebody's like robbing them or something like that. And it's like,
You wouldn't want one for that reason?
I mean, I've been robbed before, and when I run it back in my head, I think if I had a gun, it just would have made it like 5 times worse.
Okay.
'Cause I would, you know what I'm saying? I knew she was gonna do that once during the
Yeah.
podcast.
That's
But
all right.
yeah, when I run back that situation when I got robbed in Memphis in my head, like if I would have had a gun and like just reacted on that, it just would have made it like
So what happened?
I was buying weed in the hood, and we were sitting in the car rolling up a blunt because we were gonna go drive around and like smoke it. And then this young dude, the 2 guys that were with the guy that was actually like holding the gun and like doing the like intimidation, they couldn't have been any more than like 17 years old. So the guy
they were holding a gun on you?
No, these two guys, we were sitting in the car and this guy like walks by and he like looks at us and like now when I'm thinking back on it, like that's really suspicious because he just like walked by and like just like stared at us and walked away. And then that happened, and we were like, huh. And then all of a sudden, some dude... And I had my window down, which was kind of dumb. But I don't think it would have mattered, because he just would have pointed it at me, like, from outside of the car. And, yeah, he just, like, stuck the gun in and was, like, pointing at him, pointing it in my face.
He pointed a fucking loaded gun in your face?
I don't know if it was loaded, but
you thought it was.
a gun.
As
yeah, I wasn't going to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I mean, they're pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you said rob, like a situation where you're getting robbed, I imagine more like you're here with
that's
Simone
completely different.
In your fucking bedroom and like you just hear someone that you shouldn't be hearing at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And like, because my whole thing is like...
I mean, I think if I have kids...
Yeah.
Maybe I would... And hopefully by the time I have kids, I want to at least have my like... I think I've really gotten a lot better about my like mood and my like... depression and like shit like that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if I had kids and then but it's like here, I'm not that worried about getting robbed here. I was more worried about getting robbed in Memphis.
Yeah.
And I still didn't even have a gun then. So I don't know. And the only time that was the only time I was ever like robbed in Memphis. Nobody ever like hadn't had anybody kicking in the door or anything like that. I don't know. I just always thought, if that happens, you just gotta be sneaky.
What do you mean?
You gotta sneak, bro.
Like if you're getting robbed, you have to just be sneaky and like get a knife or something?
You gotta be sneaky and like wait for him to come around the corner and then like jump on their ass.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think
I mean, if you're in my house, I'm not... It's like no holds bars. I would probably get a knife or something and it's like
but what if there's like 3 dudes?
Then,
you know what I mean?
I guess they're just gonna have to get their stuff, I guess.
But that's the thing is like, it's such a once in a million time that this happens, where like 3 dudes show up to a house not to rob but to be violent and like rape and shit.
Oh yeah.
And like, if I could have a gun and just never use it, on the off chance that does happen to me, why would I not? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You have a gun?
No. But that's the whole reason.
You go to the range.
I've been to the range twice, and it's fun. Like the first time I was fucking scared. Like, oh my god, this is like something that could kill someone.
Well, and you just gotta make sure it's pointed away from you.
Of course. And then the second time I went with someone whose first time it was, and so I felt a little bit more like, all right, I've done this before.
Right.
But yeah, like why would I not? Because then they show up and they kill your girlfriend, they rape your neighbors and your fucking roommates, and then you're like, oh, I could have had a gun and this all would have been perfect, but I didn't because clearly with you there's a reason, and like I don't want to invalidate that because that's the whole fucking point of the Joker movie is like, if you don't feel like you could be like you could own a gun and have that like mental stability still.
Yeah.
Even I've thought about that, and I've thought about like kind of what you were saying, where like when I get angry right now, it's like, oh dude, I want to fucking throw eggs from my bicycle, and like because I'm upset at cars or something, like I'll throw eggs, but like that's because that's all I have, right? Is like food and my fucking hands. Like that's all I can do. But if I had a gun, not that I would ever do it, but to start having those thoughts is what would concern me. Is like, oh, now I'm fucking pissed off. It's like, oh, well, I have a gun. And like, I just don't want to create the opportunity for my brain to go there right now because it's unnecessary. If somebody comes in and robs me, like, oh, fucking rape me and kill me, fine. Like, I don't want that. I'll try to defend myself. Yeah. But if I have a kid or a wife, then it's like, I've got to...
Yeah.
Who wants to be married to that guy that's like, we're not going to have guns here because it's against Beto's. Beto is against guns, okay?
Yeah, he's going to come to your house and personally take your gun away from you. Oh my God.
In this household, we vote Democrat.
Yeah. I don't vote. That shit's fucking retarded.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't vote either. I fucking...
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, why don't you vote?
Because it's dumb.
But
It's
what
a
do you mean
waste
it's
of
dumb?
time.
I know what you mean, but what do you mean?
I just don't care. And a lot of people say that, like, that's my privilege. And, like, that's okay.
Right.
But I just don't care. I don't have the initiative to, like, register. I don't understand why is it so hard to vote? Like,
Right.
why all you should need to vote is your fucking license and, like,
Like a website. You just
yeah, I
fucking-
mean, you should be able to, like, get your, I don't know. I don't know how it works, because, like, I'm registered to vote, technically, because I only registered to vote so I could get in the jury duty pool, because I think jury duty is kind of cool.
You're like the
I think-
only American that thinks that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like, that's actually, you know, when you're on jury duty, that's kind of like your that's kind of like your job as, like,
Yeah.
a citizen, not voting. Voting's fucking stupid, but,
Go pretend you're in the cast of 12 Angry Men.
yeah, exactly. Well, dude, I got really lucky when I got pulled for jury duty because it was going to be a sequestered case
What does that mean?
where, like, you have to, like, pack a bag and go stay in a hotel so, like, you can stay impartial the whole time. See what I'm saying?
So you can't like bounce your opinion off
yeah,
of like
so
your family?
you're not allowed to talk to your family.
Wow.
You can't watch TV because you can't. They don't want you to see anything that will, like, sway your opinion.
Yeah.
But luckily, it was a robbery case. So when the when the lawyers, because they do that thing where they ask you questions to see if you can be, like, impartial or not, and I was like, yeah, I got robbed. And they were just like, you're good, you can leave now. And they let me go.
Oh wait, you were a part of the case?
No, like, when you do jury duty, they take all the jurors, like, so you only need, like, 12 people.
Yeah.
And so we were in the courtroom with our group, and it was, like, the whole, like, we were all in the, like, you know, like, the seats. So it was, like, completely full.
But why did you say I got robbed?
Well, because they ask you. You go up there. They don't call you by your name. They just call you, like, juror number, whatever. And they go around and they ask people questions about, like...
And then they dismiss you based on your answer?
Yeah, they dismiss you, like, because you don't want to have somebody on the jury
who's
for a
been
robbery
robbed
case or anything like that will, like, make them biased. Or, you know.
So, like, for example...
I wouldn't have been biased because I'm really good at being impartial. That's, like, one of my best qualities.
But so, like, if there was, like, a Me Too case where, like, a guy raped a girl and then they don't want any women who have been raped to be in the jury?
Yeah, they don't want any women that have been raped or any, like, people that may have been, like, prosecuted
for that.
anything.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah. And
Never
it's
thought
like
about
the lawyers who are, like, defending the defendants are the ones doing it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was like... Yeah, I've been robbed. Or they don't ask you if you've been robbed, but they ask you if you've ever interacted with, or you ever had to call, like, the cops or anything like that. Or no, if you've ever been a part of, like, a criminal case.
Yeah.
And you can't lie because then that's perjury, and it's on paper somewhere that...
Yeah, then you committed a crime
Yeah,
for
then you
trying to
committed-
fucking
yeah.
do your civil duty.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got the whole day off from work. I mean, I was there from, like, 9 in the morning to, like, 3 in the afternoon.
Do you think you would vote if you got the whole day off to vote?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they should do that. That's another thing that I don't understand. It's, like, so hard to vote.
Yeah.
It's like, why is it such a pain in the ass? You should just be able to, like, be at your house on your computer and just do it. But I feel like that leaves a lot of, like, ways people can, like, fuck with it, you know? If you do it, like, it's easier to just do it, like, old school paper ballots, I guess, but...
I mean, it's crazy the ways they can still fuck with it. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, and they did some election in, like, Florida or somewhere down there, and, like, it was already over, and then they found, like, 2,000 ballots or something that didn't even get, like...
counted.
Wow. And they have to, like, recount them. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And it's not popular vote. It's electoral college.
Yeah.
So me being someone that lives in Tennessee, literally Memphis is the only, like, blue county on the whole map of Tennessee kind of thing. Kind of like when I first moved here, when I moved here was when the whole Beto thing was going on. And, like, driving around Austin, you think Beto was going to fucking, like, beat Ted Cruz's ass. He got really close, though.
I didn't even follow that kind of shit.
I don't know. It's just not, I guess it's because I like history that I'm in the politics.
Yeah.
But I don't vote or care or anything. I just like to know what's going on.
Yeah. Why do you like to know what's going on?
Because I like it how it riles everybody up. I like watching people fight on Facebook comments. Like that whole kind of thing. That really I don't know. It's kind of bad. It makes me feel bad about myself because I'm like, why do I take so much pleasure in watching other people get fucking angry?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time removing myself from that, so I very easily get attached then to my emotions get involved. But when I'm able to stay away from it, mm-hmm. I find it funny too because it's like, do you know what you're fucking fighting about? This has no effect on your day to day.
Well,
no. It's so hard to find shit that actually has an effect on your day-to-day in politics. I
mean, you remember how mad everyone was about the net neutrality thing?
I don't even know what that is. It was when the porn sites were going to be owned by the government or something.
Yeah, and then it passed and nothing even happened.
Yeah.
And they were acting like websites weren't going to be able to get used and shit like that, and then nothing even happened.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know. And I was actually kind of pissed off about that, because I like, internet and all that kind of stuff, and then nothing even happened. So, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I got to piss, though.
Okay. I'll pause this. All right. Took a little piss break. Now we're taking a little smoke break. I'm eating some M&Ms, because I'm a fat, skinny fuck. I've got the metabolism of a skinny man. Or what? I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
I used to have high metabolism. I stopped taking Adderall. It's true.
You told me that already. That's true.
Yeah, man. I used to be like a fucking stick.
Like skinnier than I am?
One moment.
Oh, dude.
I don't know how to respond.
I think it thought I said "Hey Siri" or something.
I thought it said. I thought it heard you say I want to turn into a fucking sick, like a fucking. You know what kind of sick I'm talking about?
What kind of sick?
An Indian sick.
An Indian sick?
Isn't that what the? Am I being a fucking racist right now? Six, S-I-K-H.
Oh, I don't know how to say that word. I think
sick. That's how you say it.
Sick?
Yeah.
It's spelled S-I-K-H or something.
Yeah.
You racist.
Dude, so Beto just dropped out. Where did you read that?
On Facebook, where I get all my news. It's the greatest news source. No, actually, this link is from NBCnews.com. Beto O'Rourke ends 2020 campaign after bid for Democratic nomination failed to take off.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
After bid for 2020 Democratic? So, Elizabeth Warren beat him out or something?
I think he just quit before they even, started nominating people. Fuck.
What a quitter. Huh?
Yeah, for real. That's not what I thought Texans fought to the last breath.
Yeah.
That guy was kind of a douche, though.
Beto?
Yeah. He's not even Hispanic.
Isn't he half Hispanic
He's
or something?
Irish. No.
He's not even half?
No.
So he
his
just
real
took our
name's
names?
Robert. Apparently,
Roberto?
Yeah. Well, his real name's it's just Robert.
Just Robert.
I read. Cause he's from El Paso or something, so all of the Hispanic kids gave him Beto or whatever. Oh, you wanna?
No, you can get it.
Oh, bet.
His Hispanic cousins just were you look like us, we're gonna call you Beto.
They were you can be Mexican, I guess. And then he was I'm gonna roll with that.
Wow, that makes me like him even less, and it makes me just. That's the whole thing with fucking politics. It's every fucking politician is a liar. Yeah, when you listen to the Snowden interview with Rogan, dude, it's going to make you feel even more, I don't know if the word is vindicated, that you don't vote. He's just
I'm not doing it to be cool or be...
No, I know, but it's one of those things...
It'll just reinforce more reasons why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really think the government's kind of whack. But then at the same time, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think the government's stupid and whack because, I don't know, it doesn't really, like, ever get anything done. And I don't feel like it's in the best interests of, like, the people. Or, you know, they think it is, but it's really just, like, a fucking job. And a really easy one at that. It's hard to, like, get there, but then, like, once you're there, it's, like, pretty easy. I mean, it's probably not.
To be the fucking president or a politician?
Just like a fucking politician.
I feel like the amount of stress that you have to deal with. Because imagine if you were just lying to people and trying to create create an image of fucking like, oh, William Ferguson. I'm gonna be like. Imagine if you wanted to create the image that you were like a business professional.
Yeah.
And you had to convince everyone in your fucking, not in your life, because they can know that it's a lie, right? They're just sworn in.
Yeah.
But everyone else,
they hate you.
unless they hate you,
Yeah.
and then you get the leaks.
Yeah, and then they
that
just,
come
like,
out
leak
about
your
you.
Shit. Well, I mean,
Like Will, he actually works at fucking this restaurant.
Malibu Poker, the worst fucking restaurant in town. I'm just kidding. It's actually very fresh food, very fresh ingredients, great customer service, and I just love that place.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place to work at.
And then I'm completely not biased or anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have a friend of mine my buddy from Mexico, my ex-buddy.
Oh man,
is
he dead or is he just not?
We're just
he's
not
dead
friends
to
anymore.
You.
I wouldn't say
you're talking about him, so.
yeah. I wouldn't say he's dead to me. Oh, there we go.
Dude, that was a barking spider.
That was a barking spider.
Yeah,
Never seen one of those.
Yeah, they're really quick, so like.
They just kind of like scurry away.
They're like Sonic. If you see them, you're only seeing like a little streak, you know what I mean? That like flying by.
Yeah.
What were you talking about? Your friend, your ex-friend from Mexico?
Yeah, my friend. He's been lying a lot. Like he dropped out of college, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna like tell people that I didn't. I'm just gonna tell people if they ever ask me like, oh, when are you graduating? I'm just gonna be like, oh, I already did. Like the class of 19, right? Like just." But only with a few people, so he's like managing who he's gonna lie to and who he isn't gonna lie to, and like we were just like hanging out. You know, let's say it's like us right here in this fucking apartment right now.
It's a home.
It's a home, yeah. And he picks up the phone. It's his grandma, and he's just like, he's fucking like, yeah. We're just wrapping up paying the bill. I'll be home in like 20 minutes. Paying the bill. I'm like. You have to lie to your grandma that you're hanging out with your friends? Does that mean you're lying to me too? You know? And I imagine the stress that he's going through and imagine that, like, politician level.
Yeah.
I think I would be one of those.
I'm not a very good liar.
I would be like Epstein, right? Except I would actually kill myself.
Yeah. You just need to tell him the truth will set you free. Dude, it feels so much better when you just, like, tell the truth.
Yeah.
And then you realize that, like, the consequences compared to like the guilt that you were like carried around with you are just like so much better.
Yeah.
So I mean, like once you get whatever, once you do your lie, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, everybody lies. If they say that they're not, then that means they're like a huge liar.
Yeah.
They're literally lying to you about not lying.
Yeah.
But
But you lie in like in small ways.
Yeah.
And in kind of insignificant ways.
That's kind of why. That's when you like. It's like it becomes like kind of reflexive, and then that's when you like tell a really big lie.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
No. What do you mean?
Well, it's just like if you lie a lot, and I don't lie very much. I'm just talking about like from my kids when I was like a little younger, when I first worried about lying. And I kind of first started lying.
Yeah. What kind of lies would you say?
Oh yeah, mostly about like grades and
to your parents, just like oh yeah, I aced it.
No, my trick was if you had a book checked out and you didn't turn it in, they wouldn't give you a report card till you like turned it back in. So like when report cards came out, I would just check out a book like right before, and then just like not like just like hide it in my room, never turn it back in because it was only like a quarter a day. So it was like a really bad book fine would be like $10.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that big of a deal. But yeah, I would just like be like, I can't find this book. Gotta like, I mean, it was and that was only if it was like a bad one, because you know I wasn't a like liar, but it's like I guess I kind of was, because it was like I knew like you can't lie all the time. You only can lie like when you like really need to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would just like space it out, and then they would just forget about it by the time I got the report card.
Yeah.
And then that gave me time to like get better grades, so it's like they wouldn't even be that mad. So I'd be like, no, I got a whatever in it now. But yeah, no. But the thing about the people that lie, I don't know. It's like when I was a kid, it was like when I would lie a lot. It's like you like.
I feel like you're confessing a crime right now.
I'm not confessing a
Like,
crime. I'm not even talking about anything specific because I can't really
know.
like think. I'm just talking about like. It sucks when you're like when you lie about something that you didn't even really need to lie about.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
But I think there's two different. There's
it's
a
a
difference.
pride thing though. Like
There's
with
a
your buddy,
different
he
kind
just
of
doesn't
lie.
want to admit to his friends that he didn't fucking get out of college.
Yeah.
And like I guess. I don't know. He didn't care about that when he was in college. But like now, I don't know. That's dumb. I feel like. I don't know.
It's dumb and it just creates.
I hate people
like,
that project like an image.
Yeah.
And I feel like we all do that to some point, but like not like some people do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're like really. It feels like they're projecting some sort of like persona that I know that like they can't do around like their family or like their significant others because like they would just be like really annoying. Or just like, it's like, I don't know people. I feel like a jerk, you know, trying to pretend like I like know everything about everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody does. That's just something people do.
Well, I mean, and my buddy, like, I guess the point where it bothers me is where it starts to involve me, right?
Oh, so you have to lie for him?
Kind of, yeah. Like we were in the car, and there was a couple with us, like friends of ours. And the girl asks, like, oh, when are you graduating? And he's like, oh, December. And I'm just, like, kind of, like, quiet, like, and she's like, oh, really? And asks him more questions, and he keeps building on the lie.
And then you're just like...
Well, but then after they finish the conversation and they move to a different topic, he, like, puts his hand back for me to, like, fist bump him. Like, thanks for, like, covering. And I'm just like... Dude.
Yeah, that's kind of cringy.
Yeah, but that makes it kind of like sociopathic, because he thinks like, oh, this is like me like getting away with something.
That's like another thing that I think people that act like that are just like, I don't know. It's like cringy. It's like a fucking like movie or like a like TV show or something. And we're like, thanks, bro.
Yeah,
so many people. If I was in that situation, all I'm trying to do is just like. Move away from that and just like never acknowledge it again. Yeah. So like if you sat back there and didn't say anything, I just you know what I mean? Like it just like it's to fucking stop.
Yeah.
Like what is that? And that
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. And so I feel like there's two different kinds of lies, which is one where it's like you lie because you feel uncomfortable kind of thing.
Yeah.
Saying, like, you lie because you're uncomfortable saying no.
It's like a defensive thing.
Yeah. Like,
and
someone's
then there's
like...
people who lie to, like, get what they want.
Yeah.
And those are, like, the worst kind of people. But then a lot of people just lie because they're defensive or they're ashamed or... You know what I mean? They did something wrong.
Yeah. Or just because you're like, hey, do you want to come to my party? And this person's like... sure, Billy. But really, they're like, fuck, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't.
And then it's
everybody
like...
does that.
And
then you just text them and you're just like...
That's what I mean. That's one kind of lie. Yeah, that's a white lie, yeah.
That's
but then
okay.
there's like... fucking...
I mean, I'd rather you... I mean, I don't care if you gotta lie or tell the truth, but if you don't want to fucking come to the party, just don't fucking come.
Yeah.
So, like, I would rather you just... you don't have to lie to me, but if that's what you think you have to do, then, like, do it. But, like, don't come up with some dumbass lie. Just say you, like... I don't know. I've never lied about something like that. If anything, I just, like, will just, like, not text the person. Just, like, text them, like, a few days later. That's kind of what I did to you, because, like, I didn't see your text. And I was just kind of, like... Didn't see it till, like, 8 or something like that.
What text? The one about the podcast?
The podcast yesterday, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna, like, talk to him about it when I see him.
Yeah.
But, dude, I'm having a lot of fun. But it wouldn't have been, I don't know. Yesterday we went to Costco and we did a bunch of shit.
What kind for Halloween? Oh yeah, you got all these candies.
And then we went to like turn a phone in.
Dude, there's those these characteristics about you that make you like a very sweet person, which is like not something that I feel like you find easily in a lot of men these days, like noticeably so, you know, like a lot of people are nice, but like there's, I don't know, just the fact that you go and buy candies and fucking give out candies for Halloween because that's like something that other children will enjoy.
Yeah.
Is like
most
guys.
If we had something to do, we might have. If we were in Memphis, we might not have done it. But
yeah, but most guys that wouldn't have had something to do would still have been just like, I'm just gonna fucking chill and like watch a movie or something, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she did a lot of. I only handed candy out like once. The football. There's football on.
Yeah, that's
so I was like laying on the couch, and little kids would be at the door, and I would like have to like walk and be like, "Hey, there's some kids here," and then she would come and give them candy.
That's still one kid that got to see you. That now he can tell everyone else, like, I got to see the guy that nobody else got to see, and like I got my candy from the man, like. I got my candy from the man in the beard.
He had a cool Paw Patrol outfit on.
Yeah.
I told him it was cool, so, like, he, like, probably thought that was cool.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Wanted some candy.
Is this Christina?
Yeah.
This is the roommate of William, Christina, and she's just picking up some chocolate, you know. Gotta get the dose in for the day. I got mine.
Yeah, she just got a new job.
Just got a new job.
Yeah, she quit at the place my girlfriend manages, and then she got a brand new job.
Is it a better job?
York mint.
It's like a
York mint.
It's a candy with like peppermint. In
Describe
the
it.
with
Describe it to the
chocolate
listeners.
It's good. It's like my favorite one.
Okay. I'll take mine.
It's a little circular disc looking thing. It looks like a hockey puck.
Does it
has
taste
a
like
thin layer of
shit?
chocolate. Oh, it's good. It's like mint. It's like a junior mint. You ever had a junior mint?
I hate
like,
mint.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
So it tastes like soap or like cilantro, or like, you know.
You don't like cilantro?
I like cilantro, but you know it tastes like that to me.
I have no like. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I had that thing where like I would taste the cilantro and it tasted like soap. But like
you still ate it?
No, I didn't like it. I used to not eat it, but like ever since I like moved here and like recently, like I've kind of like I like it now.
Yeah.
Like when I ate that shrimp aioli bowl with the micro cilantro on it, like it's cool. Well, cilantro's good because it's there to like balance the like flavor out.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's really good.
It's like the wasabi.
Wasabi's good.
Dude, I still can't get my taste buds around that.
Really? You don't
It tastes just like it's
wasabi?
rotten. Yeah, like the ponzu.
Have you ever tried like the like just the paste?
Yeah, no, I've tried the
that's nasty?
paste. I've tried the eggs. I've tried the sauces. I've tried the aiolis. It all just tastes like fucking like
don't
it
like
shouldn't
the
be
wasabi
going in my
either.
mouth.
I don't like a lot of the sauces at Malibu.
Yeah. Just start talking shit about them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should. I really like the Malibu sauce though. That's like the name. I was like, at least since it was the one that's like named after the place is like a really good one. And
Yeah.
people like it too. No, I don't want to talk about work on your on the fucking podcast. We probably could get sponsored though if we like.
From them, you think?
Yeah.
Nah.
If we got like,
What if we just like brought this into John and we were like, "Hey, John, listen to this and tell us what you think."
it's like you're fired and
He
you're
could
no longer
probably like invest. So like,
he could probably set us up with
yeah,
like a
he could get us
recording
actual
podcast, a studio.
I mean, we wouldn't have to get a studio. He could just give us some money so we could like rent one out.
Go buy a fucking 8-ball and have a good night.
No, dude, that's not drugs. They never lead to anything good, man. Just like sadness and
Just
despair.
sadness. Yeah.
Feel good like when you're baked, or not when you're baked. Being baked is chill, but like when you're doing like naughty drugs, you know, it's just like it's so bad for you.
I feel like
I'll never fucking. Have you ever done? Wait.
I've never done like a naughty drug.
Yeah.
I've done like the naughtiest I've done was when I tried DMT.
That's not naughty though.
But that's what I mean. To me, that's like.
That's not. I wouldn't even say that was like. That's not bad for you. It's just like a really like.
But if you do it, to
all
me,
the
naughty
time?
is like if you do it all the time, you
Were you
can't lead a
doing it all
normal
the
life.
time?
No. I tried
Oh,
it
okay.
once, but like
Oh,
it's considered naughty in some categories.
I
I guess.
It's in your brain.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, if you it's not one of those drugs that if you're on a first date, they're like, oh, are you into psychedelics? And you're just like, yeah, fucking DMT, right? Like saying that is like a pretty like big deal, not to you and me, but like to the average person. I feel DMT is considered like a naughty drug.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get too.
Yeah.
So it's just really rare, and it's like, it'll find you if you like if you're meant to like do it. I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel about it.
Or it shouldn't find you, and it just so happened to. And
What?
you
Did
fucking
you freak out?
And you freak out, yeah.
You freaked out?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Damn, man, that sucks.
Yeah, dude. I fucking thought I was dead. Yeah.
When you were like,
Yeah. Just fucking my face falling back with my mouth agape.
what was everything like?
Mhm. Yeah. And like wow.
So I was listening to music when I did it.
I was too, but it was my friend's music, and it was like some instrument that a man in like
I listened to
the Amazon invented or some shit.
No Quarter by Led Zeppelin, I think. Or no, I listened to some Led Zeppelin song. I can't remember which one it was. It was on Houses of the Holy though. It's like the best Led Zeppelin album. I don't like Led Zeppelin, but that's like I actually that song I can't even like hate on that album because I actually listened to it.
Yeah.
But I don't like them as a band. I think they're kind of like douchey and they stole like music, literally.
Led Zeppelin did? I don't know the
Blues
history.
Musicians.
Yeah.
It's something. If we had a Jamie, we could get him to look it up.
Hmm.
Because like it's like, when I read about it. Well, I already knew about it just from like people saying it, but then I actually like researched it. There's literally like a Wikipedia article, and it has like a bunch of songs that they like got like in trouble for. They didn't get in a lot of trouble, but you know what I mean. Yeah, but DMT. How'd you freak out? Were you like?
I thought I was dead.
Oh, just like in your head, but you weren't like, oh, and like your friends had to like restrain you and shit.
No.
Yeah.
My friend, to my friend, I just lied down.
Went to sleep.
Yeah, went to sleep. But he started playing the theremin.
Oh.
And fucking like listening to that music from the man that like invented an instrument from Latin America, like desert or something. Like this piece of wood that when it was hit by the wind a certain way, it was like made a weird. I don't know.
That's
it was
crazy.
very trippy shit. He turned the lights off and was like. He told me after the fact, like, yeah, I wanted to like send you to the underworld, and I was like, fucking.
That's
wow.
weird.
Yeah.
My girlfriend has a similar story about some guy that like dosed this guy on a bunch of acid, like gave him more than he thought. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he gave like he thought they were gonna have a chill time, and then like he gave him like really strong shit, like a lot. He tripped like really like for a very long time, and the dude was trying to convince him that he was a god or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, like some crazy, like, weird shit. That stuff fucked up, though. Like, why would you, like, want to send someone to the underworld?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun.
I think it's just because I've had this, like, propensity for things that are, like, the Joker, right? Like, that kind of material. that he and I shared. So he's like, he's not scared by it. I kind of am because my thoughts scare me.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, he likes this kind of shit. Like, he likes like Enter the Void, like in those like tripped out movies.
That
so he's
movie's
like,
kind of scary.
yeah. So he's like,
shot in the bathroom.
I'm gonna give him an experience like that, right? Whereas I'm like fucking no, I want to have more of like a emotional experience or something like.
Yeah.
Which I mean I ended up having anyway, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean those are kind of good because it's like all the times I've freaked out on psychedelics when you come back and everything's normal again, like, and you think you're like dead or something like that, and then you like you have those moments where you like, or like. Everything's like, you know what I mean? It's like you think you're dying, so you're like, I don't know, you're having like, you're thinking about like a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I think I quit smoking cigarettes, because like they made me feel like I was like killing myself, you know? And like when
push the mic a little closer.
When you trip and stuff, I don't know, you think you're like,
why'd you stop smoking cigarettes?
just because they're not good for you, man. And like,
was it hard for
every
you?
Every time I would like trip, I would still smoke cigarettes, but it was like I really felt bad, and it was like kind of like my consciousness was able to break through my addiction because I really didn't care, and I think I did it too because I was like kind of depressed, and I kind of, when you're tripping, you don't really feel, you know, well, if it's a good time, you know, you feel like really good and like really like opened up to everything, you know what I mean? And like, just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's really, it made me feel, I feel like less depressed, even though like, I still get like anxiety and depression a lot. But like, doing psychedelic, well, specifically acid, just like makes you realize how like important stuff is to you sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, the moments that you share with people and like stuff like that, and sometimes you just think you're like dying and you're gonna like go to hell or something.
For me, those are the moments that make me appreciate.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say too. Like, they're the good ones that I really like, that kind of help with the depression, but then there's the bad ones and you think you're gonna die, and that makes you see like the whole like grand scope of like everything, and like how you don't actually want to die.
Yeah. And how much
you just want to like see your girlfriend again and like,
yeah.
like not, you know, be feeling the way that you feel it.
Yeah.
From it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking like clenching your jaw on a bed in fucking at 8 in the morning.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could have came. We would have had such a good time. We would not have been freaking out.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm like pretty good about like, I don't really have like bad trips unless like I do it because I'm upset about something. And I
Yeah,
like dissociate,
to cope.
but
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
it doesn't always work like that because you're like having a good time and then like you might get upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing it because you're like upset and you want to like dissociate and you think it's gonna like make you have a better time and you're gonna be able to like distract yourself, and
Yeah.
then it doesn't always work out that way. I don't know, or something happens like shitty during it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. For me, it's always easiest if I'm doing something, especially if I'm doing something outside. I've never had like a bad experience that way.
Oh, when you're outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, it rules.
Like-
There's just trees.
Yeah.
You're looking at the trees and everything's just like
Dude,
perfect and like
My
beautiful.
brother and I did acid in Marfa. Have you ever been to Marfa, Texas?
No.
It's like a small town in West Texas. Like 1,500 people, I think, or something like that. Maybe less is the population. And we just went there, spent the night in a tent, and like spent the whole day just tripping on acid, like walking through this empty town.
Sounds cool.
That had like a few restaurants open, and like you're just out in the middle of nowhere, so you
Yeah.
feel so much more.
I want to go to like Big Bend or something and do it.
Yeah. I've never been to Big Bend,
Like,
but I really want to.
My roommate Eli lived in Colorado on a mountain for a little while. Not gonna like tell all his personal details, but like
I don't think
wanna go
anybody
up there and
listening
do
to
it.
this is gonna find your friend Eli from Colorado.
No, he's my roommate.
Your
from
roommate.
Memphis.
Oh,
Yeah. You goober. trying to make me look like a goober on the internet, man.
yeah.
Dude, Colorado. Have you ever been there?
I've never been. It's one of the places
It's like the white people's
I want
Wakanda.
to go to.
That was a meme. It's like the Wakanda for white people. That or like Oregon.
It's just like really beautiful and fucking
Actually,
modern.
People are racist there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what my friend told me. They were like really
Against
people are really racist in Arizona too.
against
Like
who?
in some places, like everyone that's not white.
Whoa.
Isn't that how it works?
Damn. I feel like there's subcategories for racism, right? Like I could hate the
Like you're
Japanese,
overtly racism?
but not hate the German.
Well, I think there's a difference between being prejudiced against someone and being racist.
Okay, I could hate like a.
Well, I mean, they're both. It's not right. It doesn't make it right.
No, yeah. I'm
Being
just
less
saying,
bad,
like,
but
aren't there racists that are inclusive of some races?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, that's a possibility, right? Like, if you
who
were
do old Mexican people? What races do they hate?
old Mexican people, they hate poor Mexican people.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to go to Mexico.
You've
Sounds
never
so
been?
lit. No. I've
No.
never been. I told you this is the furthest west I've been, and then I guess technically, well, I've been to Florida, so I think that's a little further south than Texas is.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever been outside of the U.S.?
yeah, I've been to Canada. And I've been
Canada.
to Turks and Caicos. It's like
For
it's in the
fucking
Bahamas.
what?
So my stepmom, my brother's mom, his grandma used to be a travel agent, so she
Okay.
like had to hook up, and like when I was little, like my step aunt and uncle, my stepmom's sister got married to her husband like in Jamaica and shit,
Yeah.
and my dad would they would go to Sandals Resorts, which are like the name brand. Like
Yeah,
you know
they
what
had some of
Sandals
those
are?
in Cancun.
Oh yeah, I guess you do because you're from Cancun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so we went to the Sandals there. It's weird though, because like when we went to Turks and Caicos, like when we got off it was like the smallest little airport ever. It was just like one terminal, like one building, and like maybe two little like landing strips. And it was like all rinky dink and shit. And then we got on the bus. We drove like from the airport, and everything was just like jungle. And then there was like a fucking like shanty town. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like a poor area, like where people were living. There was a lady with like a wrapped on her head and shit like that, and it was like all depressing looking. And then you drive a little bit more, and then there's just this like huge like sprawling resort that's like super nice, and like it's all this like luxurious bullshit and then
That
there's
all those
like, right
people
down
that
the
live
street
there
that
work
are,
at.
like, fucking probably not living shitty lives, but they're not living the best life.
Yeah.
And you feel like they could hook them up. They probably all work at the Sandals. They don't pay them shit or something. I don't know. It's fucked up though.
Yeah.
So I think that's why Bob Marley's so cool, because he was like he grew up in like the like ghettos of like Jamaica, and he became like this like crazy like icon guy that's like up there. You know, it's like Elvis, Bob Marley, and like who are the other people? Yeah, like just people that, and like Paul McCartney, like the Beatles, like just people that like it's like mythical like figures and that like transcend like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though Elvis.
I lived with a guy from Sierra Leone who was 40 years old, and he fucking told me stories about like smoking grass in Uganda and shit, like
Like real
and
grass or like
fucking
weed?
Nigeria, yeah, like weed.
I bet it's fire.
It's like he said they had to hide in bushes at night to smoke it
Box is illegal, and
because it was illegal, and it was like dangerous illegal.
dude, that's
Like
scary.
you could get like fucking
You know, in Uganda, they're trying to make it legal to kill gay people.
make it illegal?
No, make it legal.
Oh, make it legal. I'm like, it's still not illegal.
Kill the gays bill or something like that.
Wow.
Like if you like catch somebody like getting freaky, you can like fuck them up, I guess, and like nothing will happen to you.
Whoa.
Or you can turn them into the law.
So you just couldn't live there if you were gay.
Just couldn't live there. Or
Wow.
I mean, you could. It'd be really scary.
Yeah.
You could just like, you'd have to go hide in a bush.
I mean, I guess it's better like.
That's
If
why
that's-
people are hating on Chick-fil-A, because one of the like places that they like give money, the owner gives them a bunch of money to, is like one of the Christian groups that is like in there, down there right now, like helping them like do that.
Yeah.
I'll still eat Chick-fil-A though.
I guess it's still better though, because at least you know not to go there. Like
Yeah.
people are still gonna want to kill you, but like at least
Why
you
would
know
you
now.
go there? What is there to do there? Get some disease?
Maybe you can't leave. I worked with a guy at fucking my last job that was from somewhere that he had to escape, and like literally the
Like
day
North
after.
Korea?
No, from fucking somewhere else in West Africa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where
He
are you
had
living
to-
with all these African dudes at?
No, I didn't live with this
Here,
guy. I
like-
worked with this guy here in Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he had to escape, and he went to like an island where they gave him refuge, and they learned how to like grow beans and eat rice and do all this shit like.
That's crazy.
And now he's like thinking about going to UT or some shit. I don't like.
It's pretty epic.
But it's hard. He had to escape from where he was from. So maybe if you're gay, you're just trapped there. And it's like, if you leave, we're gonna fucking kill you.
Huh. I hope not.
Yeah.
I feel like they want the gays to leave. That's why they're like. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't really tell if somebody's gay or not. I think it's just like if they catch you like doing like a homosexual act, or like somebody's suspicious of you or something like that, then they can like investigate you and like do a bunch of bullshit.
That's what I mean, though. Imagine if you knew that like your manager was like, you followed him home one day, and you saw like he showed up to someone else's home, and you're just like, oh, interesting, and you like wait there, and it's morning, and then another dude comes out of the same house, and you're like, oh, these two dudes spent the night at the same house. I could investigate them now, and fucking.
That's pretty crazy.
That's fucking.
You just be like, hey man, can't stay over. I don't want people getting the wrong idea.
Yeah. No more letting your buddies stay on your couch.
Yeah.
Not in where is this?
Uganda, I think.
In Uganda. Damn, what has the world gotten to? It's all like, did you hear about what happened in Mexico?
Oh, about
The El Chapo's kid?
yeah, and they like gave him back up because
Yeah.
they were threatening to just like start murking that town that they were like. Didn't they blow shit up in the roads too to like obstruct the?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
They broke out 50 inmates
Oh,
from
nice.
a prison and just armed them and told them to go fight for them. Like,
Hey, I mean, you kind of have to. They just broke you out of prison.
can't wait for the Narcos season about that, right?
I heard something, and I don't know if this is true. Do cartels, would they actually go and like break people out or like get people out of like drug rehabs and stuff?
I mean, to me that sounds like a truth.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
what I think. Like, fucking, they would go and like fuck with like the rehabs places because they're like taking their business away and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty ruthless. It seems like something, you know. That's pretty crazy though. I mean, there's like gangs and shit in like fucking America that will like can run like your neighborhood maybe, but like in Mexico the cartels just like have their fingers in like everything. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's why you can just bribe the police because it just like I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
It's like tipping.
Yeah, it's like here you go. I mean
Yeah.
that's
You feel bad if you don't do it because it's like no, really, it's like if you don't. I got a ticket once. Like I was getting a ticket, but the dude didn't want to give me a ticket. He was just like, "How do you want to solve this?" And I was like,
yeah. And you're like,
I showed him my empty wallet because I had just lost all my money at the casino. And I was like, I know what you're trying to say, but I don't have what you're trying to imply. And I feel bad because I'm like, I know that he would make a lot more money if I just bribed him.
Yeah, if you
Which
steal
is
money.
like, why he does that, why cops become that way, which is, it's not justifying it, but it's like, I don't know. The people that become cops in Mexico have to be psycho to some extent.
That's
like,
the same people here, though.
but not, because by becoming a cop here, you're not worried about the cartel coming after your family.
Oh, yeah.
Like, by becoming a cop there, it's like if you get the opportunity to become corrupt and you pass it up in front of some, like, powerful person, then they know, like, oh, he's not going to play with us, fucking go find his family, so that he will, or, like, just kill them all and bury them.
You
like,
know, post the videos on the internet.
yeah, for people like you to watch.
The internet's got some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. I try to stay away from that stuff anymore. But it's crazy the shit that they like let the people post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that like they people have to like watch all the like fucked up videos to like decide whether or not to put the little like thing over it?
Oh yeah,
They give them like allotted like crying breaks.
sensitive content or whatever. Yeah.
I could probably do that though. I don't think they pay them very well, so it doesn't seem worth it. But if they paid like 60, 70,000 a year,
Yeah.
I could watch people get like murdered.
Yeah.
I'm
You'd
just-
probably. I think it would.
It's the same as like being in the military.
Yeah.
It probably fucks with.
Isn't
your
it like
head, though.
innocent people though?
Innocent people?
Yeah.
What's kind of mean?
No, like the people that are being murdered, isn't it gonna be innocent people? Like if you're watching this.
People or like gang shit. A lot of the times a lot of the shit that's on Facebook is always like gang stuff. You know what I mean? It's like crimes being committed. It's not just straight up like murder. Well, there are some. It's bad, but it's not that bad because they're not gonna like let you. They're not gonna. It's not gonna be like super graphic, but it's always like surveillance shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's just like, it's nighttime, but the lamp post is lighting the street, and there's a guy with a hoodie, and he fucking walks up and he's just like, pop, pop, and like walks
Yeah,
away.
But then there's like child abuse and shit on Facebook. Too.
Oh, dude.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird because I think it's funny on Facebook. Like I have like at least 30 Indian guys that I just like added like all of them and they all accepted it. So like I get like all sorts of like weird shit on my timeline of like, and then I have people that just share stuff and I'm just like, why did you share that? You know what I mean? And it's like them like sharing something and being, like I saw this lady literally like abusing this little baby, and it was like I didn't finish it. You know what I mean?
Like
but,
sexually?
No, not sexually, but she was like hitting it and stuff, and it was like crying. You know what I mean? And like the dude that posted in the comments, and he was all, or not in the comments, but like
Caption.
the caption. Yeah, he was like, if I would kill this bitch and like shit like that, and it's like we all would. Like, why do you have to like affirm that?
Yeah.
By sharing this to like all of our timelines.
Yeah,
You know
that's.
what I mean? It's like so stupid. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, yeah, that's like any normal, like, not a terrible person's reaction to this video.
Yeah.
And then and then the non-aggressive people, they're just gonna get sad and like feel bad. You know what I mean? And then all the guys just want to like throw her off the roof or something.
Yeah.
Everybody else, it just makes them feel like shit.
I mean, I used to think that kind of stuff was like cool to watch because
Yeah.
it was dangerous
Me
when I was
too.
younger.
Yeah, when I was in middle school, that's when I like first started.
But
Kinda,
it fucks with your head though.
Yeah.
Like, that's why if you were getting 70 grand just to watch that all
But
year
yeah,
round,
you do it just like
you would become.
you do one and then you're like okay, and you like get the next one. Up.
Yeah. I don't know. I would fucking. I try to stay away from just like the news
Yeah.
these days because it's all upsetting and it's all shit that
Yeah.
makes you think that the world is worse than it is. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
Maybe I should stop watching the news so much. Because I like the news. And
Yeah.
I think the world is a shithole.
yeah, but you can make that distance for yourself.
What do you mean?
Like when you don't, it doesn't make you feel like you're not attached to anything. You're just like,
Oh yeah.
you find it funny.
Well, I mean, I don't. Nothing
Unless it's an
matters.
Indian guy posting a video about
Well, I mean, that's
babies
not
getting
funny.
abused.
And I mean, watching people get fucking shot isn't funny, even if they're like deserve it.
Yeah.
I don't know. People just are dumb. People just, I don't know. Some people are just like, it's like, it's some, I don't know.
The world is
Their
crazy.
brains are just like not wired like a normal person's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. People
Yeah.
are fucking crazy. Especially motherfuckers in Memphis, man. There's some crazy people in Memphis that, I mean, they're not like the fucking like cartel people, but like they really don't give a fuck.
They could be even scarier though.
Like the cartel people?
People in fucking Memphis that have nothing to fear.
Yeah. I know a few. I've met a couple
yeah,
people
keep
like
talking
that.
about this.
Yeah, they just don't give a shit.
What do you
One
mean?
of my friends, he's not my friend. He's some guy. We're cool and like, but we always like we kept crossing paths in like Memphis. But he's just crazy. He didn't give a fuck. Oh man, I kind of like him though. He's like a folk hero. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. He still could fucking like kill
I don't
your
think
dog
he
or
would do
something.
anything because like he doesn't. He wouldn't know. He's not gonna listen to the podcast.
You're not gonna share it on his timeline.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm friends with him anymore. But he pops up in my like suggested friends all the time, and I like go and like check him out because he's like. I don't think he's cool, but I think it's funny that I think it's crazy that someone can just like live like that, and not give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool in itself, even though it's not. And I don't think he's like. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's like, harmed anybody.
Don't you think it's weird how like we find out about things these days?
Like how?
You know, like how you're finding out about this is like. I found out, you know, when you break up with someone that you met online, like you find out when you go back on the online apps and you find them online, it's like they're dating again, right? Like, you find out not because your friend of a friend told you, but just because of some fucking internet or mobile app, and like you're on Facebook and you just randomly every now and then, which I've done, you casually just like check someone's profile that you're not friends with. And you're just kind of like keeping tabs with this person that's not in your life, but like you're still kind of is kind of in your life because you're keeping tabs. You know, it's so fucking weird that we do that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird.
yeah, I feel weird when I'm doing it too. Like,
I mean, if you don't want people to like look at your Facebook page, then get off Facebook or fucking block them.
Yeah. And I just mean like when I'm like friends of mine from high school that we were never like that. People that I went to high school with. There's people that I just like every now and then I'm like, oh, what are they up to? It's not necessarily people that I have beef with. Yeah. It's just like someone that I'm like, why am I like regularly seeing what their life is like now?
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know.
I like following people like that are always like I know a few people who are like, they just like share their life on Facebook, and they don't
like
give a fuck.
170 photo albums of their 2-day weekend trip.
Yeah.
To Marfa.
Marfa. No.
Yeah.
Marfa.
The world is crazy, and I'm gonna get some more candy, and we're about to hit 2 hours.
Yeah, we can.
So. We can call it there.
Night, bro.
All right, this was fun, man.
We did it.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, hopefully.
Will Ferguson, everyone, find him on Facebook. Hopefully soon he'll have a comedy channel where you can find his comedy. I'm gonna go fuck myself.
Stay tuned.